What up, Pisces? It's your girl, araneaestorm, checking in. Happy Sagittarius season. How you feeling, Pisces? We are currently transiting a Pisces moon, of course. It's time to turn in. It's time to get connected. Four of water. It's time to get connected. It's time to recenter. Even though it can feel kind of tough because we are still Neptune and Pisces. And we have a lot of Cap energy kind of festering around. But nonetheless, we got this. You got this. Y'all got this. Whew. I feel like, especially Sagittarius season, I feel like even though there's this water-fire dynamic going on in Sagittarius season, I feel like, you can flourish in any season. And I'm not saying other signs don't have the ability to, but that watery, go with the flow nature, especially because Scorpio season, it was so deep because we was in a Mercury retrograde. Neptune was in Pisces. A lot of things had to come up. A lot of things had to be cleared out. So there was a lot of erratic emotions. And I honestly don't feel like all those emotions were yours. Yes, you've experienced them and you've had to experience them because you're very empathic and you do experience those emotions. But I just feel like this is a new phase. Like, it's a new phase. Okay, I got a couple just flowing out. Silence. And this definitely has a lot to do with turning in. Yes, I'm still learning Roman numerals, so please don't ask me. I know it's in the 20s, but I don't know. I think it's 21, maybe. I don't know. Projections, Aquarius actually got this card, and we're going to go ahead and talk about dreams, conditioning, and the outsider. So you might want to go take a look at the Aquarius reading if you would like, or if you have any Aquarius placements in your chart, because I feel like these are, in a sense, they can be similar. There has been conditioning, and I feel like this has definitely been conditioning of the mind. Even though these are sheep, I'm not picturing them as sheep right now. I'm picturing them as clouds. There's a fiery disposition. There is, even though there's no fire out right now at this time, there is a certain fire to Pisces that I do see, especially when it comes to passions, when it comes to creativity, when it comes to just life. There's a certain zest of life that Pisces has. But oftentimes what happens is Pisces, pay attention to your dreams, Pisces oftentimes feels like this outsider card, along with Aquarius. This is the 5 of water. All right, so we have Earth, we have very feminine energies out. Even though, if you look closely, you can easily open this door. There's no lock on this door, this gate. This person still wants to stand outside the gate. And if you looked at my Sagittarius new moon reading, Sagittarius season video, you would know who is this? Oh, in guilt. You would know the story that I had about, the person. If you haven't had a chance to look at that video, definitely take a look at that video. But it just, long story short, it basically just talks about, me being in this dream and being in a home, in a place, beautiful orange colors, just being in a really beautiful place. And then all of a sudden, wanting to go out to explore new land, new territory, and things like that, because that's just in my nature. I have a lot of mutable energy. Actually, the majority of my chart is mutable. So, but it basically just talks about wanting to venture out and wanting to do these things, but then realizing like there's a gate. You know, I'm trying to close this gate. I'm trying to close this gate. I'm trying to get out of there. I'm like, oh shit, this person's about to catch up to me. And I'm trying to close the door to the elevators and they don't close. And I learned from a Pisces moon, you know, sometimes it's not always about closing the door on that gate. Sometimes you have to leave that, not even sometimes. It's about balance. It's about, you know, not necessarily leaving the door cracked. I wouldn't have took that from the conversation, but really it's choosing who you want to allow into this centering energy, into this circle, you know, into your path. You know, even though I know Pisces is fish, but when we talk about this fire, when we talk about the lion, when we talk about, you know, that there's a sunny Leo energy. If Leo was a water sign, if it's not Cancer, I would definitely say it would have to be Pisces. You know, it's just there needs to be that essence of, I'm just feeling like I'm all over the place now. My mind is all over the place. Y'all have a lot going on in the mind. A lot going on in the mind. A lot of, like, I feel like I'm like breaking off and going back and breaking off and going back. But long story short, Pisces, what is this energy? Woo, you're tired. Don't feel guilty. Do not feel guilty. Do not feel, I wouldn't even say you're depleted, the depletion, and I'm not saying that you're outward depletion, like you're walking around and you're just like, you might be experiencing a lot of being tired. I know this Sagittarius new moon was supercharged, so you might be a little tired, especially in terms of the dream world. Your dreams, sleeping might even be making you tired. Like, even though you might be getting a lot of sleep, you still might be in like a sleepy though, like very, very tired and wanting to still go to sleep even though you've had hours of sleep. But this guilt card for me comes up is like, either you are recognizing things in your past that you are having to come to terms with within yourself, or you might even be feeling guilty about the boundaries that you set for other people. It's giving me is giving me a little bit of stronger sense that this is you. You're giving yourself boundaries from people. You know, because there is a certain level of vulnerableness to you. There is a certain level of openness to you, you know, and you're so receptive to people's energies that every time you go to open this door, it's just like a floodgate of these 7 of water projections that people throw onto you, that sometimes it just kind of makes you wonder, like, why? Why do I even open this gate? Like, I love people, but I had a call. And I want to open this gate, but every time I open this gate, you know, I have to deal with everything that comes within this gate. But Pisces, instead of looking at the situation as if you have to open this gate, because it is Sagittarius season, you know, we're coming out of Scorpio season where boundaries are definitely pushed, but it's Sag season. Like, a Sag's gonna push them boundaries, like, and it's not even just a Sag, it's just the essence of like mutable fire, moving fire. Like, you know, it's like it wants to push, it wants to, you know, it wants to push. So really coming at this in a sense of, set your boundaries so you don't have to experience this. So you don't have to feel or be around any energies that's not this. That's not that. You know what I mean? Notice and recognize when projections are being thrown at you. Realize when you tune in and you experience this silence, what's yours and what's not yours. Feel into yourself, especially going in situations when it has to do with like large groups of people, when sometimes it can be a little bit harder to know who's who and what's what. Really get a sense of who you are. And it's crazy because now that I'm talking about this, the red cardinal bird has come through and it's talking, and it's probably hungry, so I'm probably gonna get it some little peanut butter rolls. But yeah, Pisces, and also with this card too is, if you want, and I don't really feel like this with Pisces per se, because I don't know, Pisces to me, especially me being a Pisces rising, but just people with Pisces placements in general, we're very friendly people. We love meeting people, we love experiencing people, and things like that, because we're so connected to everybody. It's the 12th sign of the zodiac. It's all 12 signs into one. So it's like we not really tripping about it. It's just the level of depth and love that we do share with people sometimes gets misconstrued, because people expect Pisces to be the solver of all problems. And even though there's a level of us that wants to help because that's in our nature, a lot of times Pisces, you will get taken advantage of because you don't have any distinctive boundaries. You have no bounds. Virgo teaches you bounds. Earth sign teaches you bounds. That's why Virgo sits on the opposite side of Pisces. And that's why Capricorn is very strict. And that's why Taurus can be even bull-like when it comes to, no, fixed, no. Taurus has a little bit more, a different kind of boundaries that get crossed, but that's a whole nother video. You know what I'm saying? So just take this, keep this in mind, when it comes to meeting other people, and when you are in this meditative space, really own in on like what do you need now? Like, what kind of relationships do you want to bring in your life? What things that you want to let go of? What things could you be projecting onto other people? Neptune is in Pisces. We do have Mercury and Mars in Scorpio. So like, what things might you be projecting onto other people? In a North Node in Cancer, what things might you be projecting onto other people? All that glitters is not goddamn gold. So take this time to get silent, Pisces. Release guilt in your mind, in your spirit. Know that things, and this more than anybody, Pisces, mutable water, conditioning. You wasn't built for this. Your whole spirit is built for something completely different. So, let go of the old conditions, the old terms, the old contracts, whatever that case may be. Let them go. And you can always have the gate. You can leave that lock unhinged, but just be wary. Not even just be wary, just know who's coming in and who's coming out of it, and know that it's okay for you to go outside of this gate and be a part of whatever it is that you want to be a part of too. Okay, Pisces? It's a rainy storm checking in. I love y'all. And I will see you next year, if not earlier in the Sagittarian season. But I appreciate it nonetheless, and I will see y'all soon.